What's lovely is the amount of people here who are passionate about the arts and passionate about engaging excluded voices and engaging in such creative ways, imaginative ways, and trying to find solutions to, I think, much wider social problems, because the arts really is about bringing our creative hearts together to solve common problems about the way we're living our lives. It's about sharing more kindness, perhaps, and being creative about that. We've got to do that together.
If we could change the agenda so participation was at the centre of the way we owned our arts and culture, I think it would mean that people would feel more welcome into buildings, as well as feel, if they were making cupcakes or they were knitting or they were doing henna, that also was art that was valued. So I think there's a policy shift that has to happen to support people to think differently about the work that they're involved in, so that they then feel able to access some of the more legitimate culture that might be on offer.
What I actually wonder is if we should all feel more entitled to just get on and do things and have that sense of healthy disrespect for the rules and ability to just get on and do things to make positive changes in our environment.
In our experience, art is, and particularly theatre, because that's the area we work in, is something that people don't feel belongs to them or they belong to. And what we try to do in our practice is find ways of making it very accessible, by making it fun, by making it something that people can have some sort of ownership of. We don't go in with a preconception of, here's a script and this is the show. We go in with a group of people saying, well, what matters to you, what's important, what are you interested in, what are your ideas, what's your imagination, what you've got in common, and from that we find ways in which we can craft a play where people make their own part. And I think that way of putting people in touch with their own creativity, they learn to value their ideas and their opinions, so they obviously feel better about themselves, but also what they do is create some amazing theatre which is very real, performed in a very natural way, because it comes from the heart, it doesn't come from the head.
Some of the main themes that have come out around it being a DIY culture, around there being a focus on outdoor public realm work where there isn't perhaps a curatorial eye, and where sort of collective endeavour reigns. I think there's something interesting coming from within the council about the lack of community development work that's happening these days, and the lack of connections that are being made, and of course around schools and education as well. So it's interesting to look at the great art with everyone. I would support that. I think that's a really good move.